The president called Arafat to his cabin.
Now he's mad too, because he's had to wait all day, and now it's the middle of the night, and nobody said anything to him. And from his point of view, he hadn't done anything wrong. He was invited to come, and we're all operating on the Israeli timetable from his point of view. So what's the deal? So anyway, he came. It was just him and me and Gamal, my interpreter.
The president turned to his interpreter to make the best possible case in Arabic to the Palestinian leader. But one part of the package would be hard to sell. When it came to Haram al-Sharif, the holy place in the old city that mattered most to Arafat, Barak still insisted that Israel retain sovereignty here. He offered Arafat only custodianship.
I tried to explain to him that this is a gain for the Palestinians. Jerusalem is not going to be lost. Haram is not going to be lost. I tried to explain it to him in different ways. The idea of a custodianship, when you look at Mecca, it's King Fahd is not the owner of the Aqsa Mosque. He's the custodian of the Aqsa Mosque.
There are some points which can, if you are in my place, you will not accept it.
I actually pleaded with him. I told him, I mean, Mr. Chairman, you've got to at least listen to this.
The rest of the team held their breath.
We were all huddled behind the door, and alternatively, one of us would go to the door and open it just a crack, peek through the window just a little bit so we could see what was going on. And what was going on was that Clinton was using the full range of the piano board on Arafat. Every key, every note. He was cajoling, he was persuading.
You know as well as I do that I wouldn't be proposing this if I didn't think the Israelis would take it. So you have to move and we have to stay. Otherwise, I'm going to Okinawa and we're quitting.
Said, you lose me, you lose my relationships, more relationships will be over. What we have done, look, for the first time, I'm the president who brought you here. The Palestinian people are so close to their independence, to their own state. This will be finished. You will go back with nothing. Everything will be off the table. And it was a threat all along. What do you say? What do you say? Do you say, Mr. President, you're unfair?
I replied him in details about what can be done from our side, which will be accepted by the Arab nation and by the Christians and by the Muslims.
And Arafat, after being defensive a bit at first, takes the president's hand and says, "You're my only friend. I can't afford to lose you."
It was clear and obvious that they want to squeeze me.
Arafat was caught in a trap. Barak had offered him everything except the one thing he really wanted. He returned to his cabin to consult with his team.
وبدأ يحرك بساقه وهي حركة عصبية معروفة عنده وقال لي اسمع محمد لو أعطوني حلا مقبولا في القدس بإمكاني أن أكون مرنا في أشياء أخرى لا أستطيع أن أكون مرن في المصالح الإسلامية والعربية وإلا سأقتل.
The main issue was the holy sacred places.
ولكن الرئيس عرفات لم يعطيه إجابة بنعم أو لا ولكنه قال له أنا لا أريد أن أخون القدس وقال له هذه تبدو رفضا ولكن ليس بالطريقة المباشرة.
President Clinton had delayed his departure for Japan to try to change Arafat's mind, in vain. But neither side wanted to take the blame for failure.
Both sides said, we'd like to stay. Will you ask us to stay while you're gone? So I said, sure. I got Chelsea, we left, and we went to Okinawa for the G8, my last G8 summit, and they stayed.
While Clinton spent the weekend with fellow world leaders in Japan, no progress was made in Camp David. When he returned to the talks, he found Barak still wouldn't yield sovereignty on the Temple Mount, or Haram, and Arafat wouldn't accept a settlement without it.
وكان الجو ماطرا وذهبنا سيرا على الأقدام. طبعا الرئيس كلينتون كان يدرك لحظة دخولنا أننا نحمل رفضا من شكلنا وطريقة دخولنا وطريقة أدائنا. هذه كانت لم تكن يعني.
The president sank back into his chair and he said, "You know, I don't like to fail, and especially at something like this."
Back home, in the Israeli parliament, Barak was branded a failure, even a traitor, for bargaining over Temple Mount. A formidable opponent set out to drive Barak from office.
One man, the prime minister, without discussing the issue with the inner cabinet, without bringing it to the government, without bringing it to the Knesset, without asking any one of the Jewish leaders around the world, decided to hand over the holiest place of the Jewish people. I would say it's something that no one can understand.
To make his point that Temple Mount belonged to the Jews, Ariel Sharon said he would take a public walk on Haram al-Sharif, around two of Islam's holiest mosques.
ועליתי לא פעם להר הבית, זה היה ערב חג או קרוב לחגים, והרגשתי שאני צריך לבקר בהר הבית.
הוא רצה להראות לאזרחי המדינה שבניגוד לברק, שעל פי השמועות שהוא ניסה להפיץ ויתר על הר הבית, הוא המגן של זכויותינו. עכשיו, איך הוא יכול לזכויותינו? הוא יכול רק לממש את הזכות החוקית הנתונה לכל אחד, לעשות שם סיור על הרחבה. ולכן מבחינתי לא היה איזה עניין מיוחד להיראות כמי שמונע ממנו הפגנה פוליטית נגדי.